Okay.
Why you have a mask on?
Do I not have the right to have a mask?
Absolutely, but what are you doing filming the bank?
Exactly what it seems like.
For what?
Is there not a First Amendment?
There is a First Amendment, but you've got people concerned, so I'm just asking what you're doing.
So my right to record as people concerned? So you enforce feelings?
No, I'm just asking what you're doing.
Why don't you enforce the law?
Get your hands out of your pockets.
Okay. It's pretty cold, so
I understand.
I don't have gloves like you. So
you want some?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I like to have my hands in.
You got any ID on you?
Why would I need that?
I'm just wanting to find out who you are. You got a mask on. I can't see your face.
Exactly. We're in public.
You are. But you need to vacate in front of the bank.
And where am I at?
You're in Lake Ozark, Missouri.
Am I not on the public easement?
You are.
So why do I need to vacate the public sidewalk?
Because you've got people nervous and they want to know what you're doing.
Are you giving me a lawful order?
I am giving you a lawful order. You need to move the area.
Let me ask you this.
Young man, I'm not going to play this game with you.
You waive your qualified immunity.
I'm not going to play this game with you.
The video opens by immediately exposing how a routine encounter can reveal a deep misunderstanding of citizens' rights. From the officer's very first question, you can sense an unnecessary suspicion that sets the tone for everything that follows. The narrator frames the cop as a veteran with decades on the job, yet shockingly unaware of basic constitutional limits. This introduction already builds tension, showing the importance of recording and challenging authority when it crosses boundaries. The commentary emphasizes how public awareness is essential because such incidents are not rare, but repeated across the country.
You need to step. You need to get stepping. You need to get to stepping.
I'm asking you to pull out your sergeant. I'm asking you to get your sergeant.
I don't have to get my sergeant.
Get Sergeant Myers.
I don't have to do that.
Get Sergeant Myers. I'm asking you to get a sergeant here. You don't know the law.
Yeah, I know the law.
You're a dangerous man.
29 years I've been doing it.
You got your gloves on? You ready to put your hands on me?
I'm not going to put my hands on you. My hands are on my vest.
You gave me an unlawful order to vacate when I'm on a public sidewalk.
You are on a public sidewalk.
So why would I need to leave?
I'm giving you a lawful order that you need to vacate in front of the area. Young man, I'm not going to... Yeah, you're free to go.
I'm free to stay. Thank you.
You need to vacate the area.
I'm not vacating.
Yeah, you are.
Nope.
You can go with me then.
So you're gonna put your hands on me?
Oh, yeah, turn around.
I asked you to put. I asked you to get Sergeant Myers.
I'm not gonna put. I'm not getting Sergeant Myers. I've asked you to move.
I asked you to get Sergeant Myers.
I've asked you to move.
I asked you to get Sergeant Myers. You're gonna don't. You gonna? Hey, excuse me. He threw my phone down. On
I sure did. I sure did. Yeah, good.
Threw my phone on there.
I sure did.
Why'd you do that?
As the officer approaches, his energy shifts quickly from casual to controlling, questioning the mask, the gloves, and the camera as if they were criminal indicators. This scene highlights how some officers react to recording as a threat rather than a lawful act. The citizen's calm answers expose the officer's discomfort with being questioned in return, revealing a power imbalance. The commentary here stresses how police often rely on compliance through intimidation rather than legal reasoning. It becomes clear that the officer's behavior is driven by feelings, not law.
Can you get my phone, sir? I'm asking you, do you not want to get Sergeant Meyer out here?
No. I'll take you to him.
Why not?
Even better, huh?
You're gonna unlawfully arrest me.
I'm not arresting you. I'm just detaining you.
Okay, for what crime? For what crime? For what crime? Don't turn my phone on. Don't turn my phone on. That is my First Amendment to record. Do not turn my phone on. Do not turn my phone on. Do not.
It hasn't been recording since your phone was around.
Okay.
So how do I turn it off?
He turned my phone on.
How did I turn your phone off?
You threw it on the ground.
The screen won't stay off.
Exactly. You threw my phone on the ground.
Going up here, okay?
That's fine. I'm asking you to get Sergeant Meyer out here. You're making a mistake.
What's your name?
I'm not telling you my name.
Well, you're failing to identify yourself, so that's why
what crime have I committed?
You're failing to identify
yourself. What is your reasonable articulable suspicion I committed a crime?
What ID or something?
What is your reasonable articulable suspicion?
Because you're failing to identify yourself.
What crime
The moment the officer demands ID without articulating any crime, the video exposes a critical constitutional gap in police training. Instead of offering a legal justification, the officer repeats the demand as if repetition creates authority. The citizen's insistence on lawful orders exposes how fragile the officer's reasoning is. Commentary highlights how often people are pressured into surrendering their rights simply because they don't know them. This part underscores why constitutional knowledge is a form of self-defense in public encounters.
Yeah.
So I know his name, I just can't think of it right now.
Gave him an awful order to move out in front of the bank. He's got people nervous, and he's failing to identify himself, so there's my reason. Now, he's been screaming and hollering for you anyway. Says he knows you. That's what he said. He won't take his mask down. He won't tell me who he is.
Is your body cam on?
It is.
Sergeant Myers. What am I doing in
You know his?
I'm familiar with him. I don't remember your name right off my head, but...
What am I doing in cuffs?
Well, he detained you for his investigation.
He couldn't tell me what crime I committed.
You failed to comply with a lawful order. I done told you.
What crime
I
have
told
I
you
committed?
to get moving, and I told you to identify yourself.
What crime have I committed?
I just told you.
Before you were here on the scene, what crime have I committed?
None.
Okay, so why do I have to ID myself?
Because I gave you a lawful order to do so, because I'm investigating on why you're standing out here in front.
You cannot articulate what crime I committed.
All right.
Hang quiet, let me get the...
He can't articulate what crime I committed.
When the officer escalates by claiming people feel nervous, the commentary reveals how vague emotional claims are frequently misused to justify detainment. Feelings are not law, yet officers often treat them as grounds for authority. The officer tries to turn inconvenience into a legal obligation, but the citizen stands firm on the public easement. This moment shows how police sometimes attempt to stretch their power into areas it does not legally reach. The commentary stresses the danger of allowing subjective discomfort to override constitutional protections.
You tell me who you are, you're going.
That is the, I can figure his name out.
Because what he was doing, he was standing here, he wasn't breaking any laws by being on the sidewalk. And I asked him, I said, hey, you've got people in here nervous, would you mind stepping down the road for me? He goes, am I on a public easement? And I'm like, yeah. He goes, why is your fucking gloves on? I said, I wear them all the time when I deal with people. And he goes, well, I ain't fucking moving. I said, I'm giving you an order to get to stepping and identify yourself and pull your mask down. Fuck you, I ain't gonna do that either. I said, okay, if you're not gonna identify yourself, you're going in the back of my car until you identify yourself. But he wasn't breaking any laws. He's allowed to film all day long.
Did they ever tell him to leave or anything? Or was he ever on?
They're saying he was on the grass. Wolf's double checking, because if he was on this portion of the grass, that's technically theirs. That portion's not. Like I said, when I got here, he was standing on the sidewalk filming, which he's allowed to do. But he says he knows you.
Well, he's done some video requests before.
The officer's sudden shift from conversation to force, grabbing the man and throwing his phone, exposes how quickly some encounters become physical without justification. From a constitutional standpoint, destroying or disabling recording devices is a severe violation. The commentary highlights how this act shows not just a lack of professionalism, but an attempt to silence accountability. The public has the right to record, and officers know this, which makes such behavior even more troubling. This part shows the raw reality of unchecked authority.
I know I can get his name. I know that. We have him in a report or two. I just can't think of it right off my head.
Wolf did a traffic stop on him here a while back.
Yeah.
But he's trying to find his name and he can't find it. Of course he locked it. Once he tells me his name, he's free to go.
I got his name. As long if there's no crime from on their end, then
Okay. I'll wait for Wolf to come back and then.
we probably need to want to know if they're going to want to trespass him from here.
But I'm not going to play the game coming back every 20 minutes either.
Well, if he ain't on their property, then he's not trespassing.
No, I know that, but I'm just saying.
I mean on their end before we kick him.
Inside the patrol car, the officer still cannot articulate the suspected crime, proving the citizen's point. Detainment without RAS, reasonable articulable suspicion, is illegal. The commentary notes how the officer hides behind vague language, hoping compliance will replace explanation. Meanwhile, the sergeant arrives and casually admits no crime occurred, revealing that the detention was baseless from the start. This section emphasizes the systemic issue. Officers act first, justify later. It's a reminder of why recording matters.
I did not curse him that way. I did not curse him at all. He said I said fuck you, and I did not curse him at all. He's lying.
That might just be a figure. I always talk like that.
I did not curse at you.
I always talk like that. But regardless, I gave you it. I'm not gonna. We're not gonna overtalk each other.
Let me talk to him.
We're not gonna overtalk over each other.
Let me talk to him.
To the sergeant. I did not sit there. I said.
They're not going to do anything about it. They don't want him trespassed or anything.
Then why did they call?
I don't know. They said that they had customers coming in and coming to the drive-thru, coming in, coming on the call lines, saying that they felt unsafe and that he was,
Yeah, he didn't break any laws because he was on the sidewalk.
right, and saying that they were he was pointing at them, harassing them, and just doing all sorts of things, just basically pointing at camera and pointing at them.
Oh, okay.
So he hasn't done anything aside from not identifying.
Conversation between officers shows even they are confused about the legality of their own actions. They discuss property lines, public easements, and customer complaints as if any of these create a crime. The commentary highlights how often officers rely on guesswork rather than training. Their unwillingness to admit wrongdoing exposes a culture that protects itself instead of the public. This moment reinforces how important transparency is in law enforcement interactions.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Okay.
But
Well, as soon as Meyer gets done, I'll cut him loose and we'll just play the game. Every 20 minutes we'll be back dealing with him.
We're making sure there's no criminal offense that was committed before we got here at the bank.
And there wasn't, so
They called us.
But he put me in cuffs
That's
because
a
I
detainment.
was not moving.
That's a detainment. He had an investigation to do
I'm
here at the
telling you,
bank.
y'all messed up. Y'all messed up extremely bad.
You always say that to us.
I've not always said it to you. I've only had one interaction with you.
But every time we've dealt with you, it's always us.
It is y'all. Officer Clayton Wolf does not know the law. He asked me where'd I get my logbook from. I said I don't have to identify myself if I'm a passenger in the vehicle. He tried to fabricate probable cause by saying I didn't have my seatbelt on when I in fact did on camera.
Okay,
So
but look.
he couldn't get my.
When the officer admits on camera that the man committed no crime, it becomes a powerful contradiction to everything he previously claimed. Detaining someone for refusing to identify is unlawful without a crime, yet he continues justifying his actions. Commentary emphasizes how dangerous it is when officers are more concerned with asserting dominance than following the Constitution. The officer's own body cam captures his mistakes, showing why such footage must always be protected. This section underlines systemic accountability failures.
And identify me, so he doesn't know my name. Now you don't know my name because you don't remember the public record request that I submitted.
I just don't remember right off the top of my head.
He doesn't know my name because I never gave my name and or ID because I have not committed a crime.
Okay, and that may be the case.
Okay, so why am I still in cuffs?
Because we are in still investigation of this.
When
we
is
were
this-
called here for this.
Okay, so how long am I going to sit back here?
I'm going to talk to him. He went in to talk to them, and then we're going to figure this out. Give me another minute.
Is his body cam on?
yes, it is.
Don't mute yours and don't mute
See the recording on
Do
there?
not mute
you don't have
those
to show
body
him. You don't
cams.
have to show him that shit.
Is there a crime here? Are they wanting
They don't want him
trespass?
trespassed. They got nothing.
Okay. How about?
Yeah, I'm telling you, you done messed up. Put your hands on me like that. And I'm on a public easement. They broke no law. couldn't articulate any kind of law that broke it, and you put me in handcuffs.
I sure did.
And you messed my shoulder, so I need medical.
The officer's rough handling causing physical pain and the request for medical attention highlight the real consequences of unlawful police behavior. Commentary stresses that detainment is not a free pass for physical abuse, especially when no crime exists. The officer dismisses concerns, revealing a mindset where force is normalized and complaints are minimized. This part shows the emotional and physical toll that unlawful encounters can inflict on innocent people. It reinforces why reform and oversight are essential.